Most of us were taught that retirement happens in our 60s, if we're lucky. But what if that belief is outdated? What if, by looking honestly at your money and the kind of life you actually want, you could retire in your 50s? Not stop working entirely, but stop living on someone else's schedule and finally start living on your own terms. Let's talk about why retiring early might not just be possible, it might be the smartest, most life giving decision you ever make. Hi, I'm Michelle, and welcome to my channel. If you've ever wondered if you're too young to retire, today's video is going to change the way you think about it. Here's something we don't talk about enough when it comes to retirement. Your body isn't going to wait for the perfect financial plan. We all like to believe we'll be healthy forever, that we'll retire at 65, buy an RV, travel the world, hike through Europe, or finally take up gardening or biking. But the truth is that that window of energy and mobility, it doesn't stay open as long as we think. You might feel great now, but if you're in your 50s, you've probably already noticed some changes. Maybe your knees ache more after a walk. Maybe you don't bounce back from a bad night's sleep like you used to. And health doesn't always decline gradually. It can happen fast. One fall, one diagnosis, one surprise trip to the ER, and your plans for the future suddenly shift. You've seen this happen to people you know. One year they're active and full of life. Next, they're slowed down or managing a health issue they never saw coming. But still, we keep working and telling ourselves we'll enjoy later. What if later doesn't look like what you imagine? What if you delay retirement just long enough to miss out on the years when your body still says yes to things that you love? That's the health reality gap, and it's one of the biggest risks to waiting too long. We plan like we're going to feel 55 forever, but our bodies have a different plan. And we can't control everything, but we can make different choices with the time we have right now. So maybe it's time to stop asking, can I afford to retire? And start asking, can I afford to wait until my health tells me I'm too late? There's a psychological bias called present bias. We naturally discount future joy in favor of present security. That's why so many people delay retirement. They focus on what feels safe now instead of what will feel deeply satisfying later. We confuse being productive with being fulfilled. But productivity for someone else's bottom line isn't the same as living a meaningful life. It's time to break free from that mindset and prioritize you. The biggest reason most people delay retirement is fear, especially fear around money. The idea that you can't retire unless you've hit a very specific number. We're constantly bombarded with messages like, you need at least $1 million to retire, or you need 10 times your salary, or you need more. But here's the truth. Retirement isn't about how much money you've saved. It's about the kind of life you want to live. Retirement is about so much more than a bank balance. Yes, money does matter, but happiness in retirement isn't determined by how much you've saved. It's shaped by how you live. Study after study shows that people who report the highest life satisfaction in retirement are the ones with strong social connections, good health, and a sense of purpose, and time to do what they love, not just those with the biggest nest egg. The problem is we treat retirement like planning a math problem, but it's also a meaning problem. We spend years chasing more income, more status, more stuff, assuming that at some point more will finally make us free. But all too often, we're chasing numbers instead of fulfillment. We forget to ask the deeper questions. Like, how much money do I actually need to feel secure? What kind of life am I really trying to build? What does enough look like for me? Because here's the real danger when you're always focused on someday. It's easy to miss the life happening right now. Maybe if you've downsized your expenses, paid off debt, invested even moderately, you may already have enough to leave behind what drains you, and enough to start living with intention. And if you're not quite there financially, that's okay too. Because retirement today doesn't have to mean zero income. It can mean a shift to lower stress, purpose driven work that still supports your lifestyle while giving you the freedom to actually enjoy it. Ultimately, money is a tool, not the destination. It's not about having endless wealth. It's about having enough to live in alignment with your values. So instead of asking, can I afford to retire? Ask, can I afford to keep trading time for things that don't light me up? Because no one lies on their deathbed wishing they had made one more payment or hit a slightly higher savings goal. They wish they had loved more, lived more, traveled more, rested more, and that kind of wealth is priceless. Here's what people get wrong about retiring in their 50s. Retiring early doesn't mean you stop working. It means you stop working in ways that drain you and start working in ways that energize you. We live in an incredible time. The digital age has opened up opportunities that didn't exist even a decade ago. You don't need to commute to an office, wear a name tag, or sit through Monday morning meetings to earn an income. Today, you can monetize your skills, knowledge, and passions from anywhere and create income streams that are aligned with your lifestyle. You could start a YouTube channel and share what you know, whether it's life lessons, DIY trips, travel, cooking, or mindset shifts after 50. You could sell digital products like ebooks, courses, printables, or guides. Once created, these things can generate income again and again with minimal upkeep. Freelance on your terms. Write, design, consult, coach, or teach part-time from your laptop. You could turn hobbies into income. Do you paint, knit, take beautiful photos? Sites like Etsy and creative marketplaces allow you to sell your homemade or digital goods. Affiliate marketing lets you earn commissions by recommending products that you already love and use. No inventory and no overhead. You could teach online through platforms like Teachable or Udemy or even your own website. You already have decades of experience. Someone out there is looking for your exact perspective. And the best part, you set your own schedule. You decide how much or how little you work. You get to say yes to what lights you up and no to what doesn't. This kind of work isn't just flexible, it's fulfilling. It puts you in control of your time and your creativity and your income. So instead of seeing retirement as the end of productivity, see it as a chance to create a new kind of freedom-based income that works for the life you want now. It's time to stop thinking of retirement as the end of the road. Retirement isn't about slowing down, it's about shifting gears. It's about finally having the freedom to live the life you want to wake up without an alarm clock, to spend your time on things that matter, whether that's travel, creativity, time with grandkids, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee on your front porch. You're not retiring from life, you're retiring to something better, to purpose, joy, and freedom. The things that have been waiting patiently while you worked, sacrificed, and gave your time to everyone else. And here's the best part. You get to define what this new chapter looks like. Whether you want to explore the world, start a passion project, volunteer, mentor others, or just have more quiet days to yourself. This is your time. You don't need permission or a perfect plan. You just need to believe that your best years can still be ahead of you, and then to choose to live like they are. Because retirement isn't the end, it's the beginning of the life you've worked so hard to create. Retiring in your 50s isn't about giving up, it's about stepping into a new kind of freedom. One where your days are designed by choice, not by obligation. One where your energy goes towards what lights you up, not what just pays the bills. Because your time is valuable, your well being matters, and the life you want is closer than you think. In my channel description is a link to my free guide, Rediscover Your Passion and Purpose After 50. It has clarity questions, mindset tips, and ideas for building a life you love. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with a friend. And let me know in the comments if you have retired early or would like to retire early, and what you would like your retirement years to look like. Thanks again for watching.